It is time for me to tell you the first tale.
I don't need a tale. I need a bus ticket for my grandma.
It is time for me to tell you the... Where do you think you're going? I will be listened to. I am as old as this land, and I will...
What do you know about anything?
I know everything about you, Connor O'Malley.
No, you don't. If you did, you know I don't have time to listen to stupid stories from a stupid tree that is just a dream.
Grandma, what did you think of A Monster Calls, which is a very original sort of realistic fantasy, you might say. I don't know if that works, but basically it centers on a boy, sort of a preteen or teenage boy in England or Ireland. We're not exactly sure.
I vote for Ireland.
Okay, Ireland. Who is having to deal with his ill mother. We seem to think it's cancer. They didn't really talk very much about it. But again, he has to deal with the progress of her disease and what it means for his life and all those myriad of questions. But he doesn't face it alone, as this, as I said, it's a fantasy, and he is visited on occasion by a giant tree monster, you might say.
A huge tree.
In the form of a humanoid sort of giant tree, who is very wise, and it tells him stories which all have significance to his situation. And it's quite original, as I said. What did you think?
It was a very powerful story. Very emotional. Very challenging. As our young man was dealing with what the loss of his mother is going to mean, how he's going to handle that. I'm pretty sure it was cancer because they kept trying.
It sure seemed like cancer,
yes. They kept trying this treatment and that treatment, right. And she faded away before our eyes.
Well, but one of the interesting things, just on that one point, one of the interesting things about this story is, again, it's all from his perspective.
Yes.
And again, one thing that I'm sure parents in these sort of situations do is they don't give the kids a lot of the specifics. So they don't talk about cancer. They don't talk about the specifics of the treatment. They don't fill him in on exactly where she is and what she,
And they did that in this story.
Yeah, I mean, they again, I'm assuming, again, boys or kids in this situation don't have a lot of the specifics, and we've seen it from his perspective, don't get a lot of the specifics ourselves.
That's right, because we are watching his story.
Right.
And the young actor, Lewis MacDougall, was absolutely spectacular. He was very clear. You had no doubt about how he was feeling, what was going on. You could almost read his emotions in his face. It was very, very powerful performance for a 12-year-old or however old he is. 13, 14, not much more than that. The grandmother and the mother were also excellent in their portrayal of a family who was losing one of its key members.
Well, again, the grandmother is Sigourney Weaver, and
yes.
then the mother is actually Felicity Jones, which we saw recently in the Rogue One, a Star Wars
yes.
story, which, again, a completely different character,
completely different, completely.
But again, they're all of the actors are all.
They were all wonderful. And the tree monster.
Voiced by...
I don't know. Who was it?
Liam Neeson.
Okay, Liam Neeson. I didn't watch the credits long enough to see his name, but I'm not sure how. You could probably explain how the special effects folks created him. You know,
It's
the
just
monster
special effects
that we see on the screen. You know,
it's the same in every
Yeah.
film almost. It's just very, very realistic.
but it was very, very good movie. I thought I was captured from the beginning, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. What did you think?
I thought it was also very good. Again, here we are in 2017, and we're still trying to finish the films from 2016. But this is, I think, got to be one of the best films of 2016. It's just very well done. The director did a fabulous job. Again, the actors, as you pointed out, were all very well done. Did great jobs. And the director, again, this is a really well done job. Again, the script and the story, again, and the dialogue are all very well done. But again, the director really brings it all together so very well. It's just it's just an attention to detail. These little things that the director shows you that he focuses the camera on, or such that can lend emphasis to the emotions of the situation or the story. And again, it's just really, really, really well done. I have to say, though, from the very beginning of this movie, it's a sad movie.
Very.
Again, as much as we and the boy may, hope for the best for his mother, we just have this feeling that it's not going to turn out well.
Which is made very clear at the end, too.
Yeah, but again, it's a sad movie all the way through. Now, anybody who goes to this movie thinking, okay, it's a Monster Calls, it's about a big tree monster and a little boy and all this sort of stuff, that this is a kids movie. This is not a kids movie.
No.
And again, any kid I think young people would get something out of this. I don't know a little kid would get what they should out of this. Maybe it's not really for little kids. Anybody who sees this sort of scenario with, again, a giant monster and a kid thinking it's another BFG like this summer, with the friendly monster, and it all turns out to be sort of a comedy-ish sort of film. That's not this movie at all.
That is not this one.
It's
no.
the themes are very adult,
intense,
and grown up and intense. And again, so you shouldn't let anybody be fooled by this title or the scenario calls. That it's some fantasy movie and it's about it's a kids movie. It's really not, but it's very well done. And again, anybody going to this movie, whether they're fantasy fans or not, will get, I think, a lot out of the story and the acting, and it's just really well done. I would definitely recommend it. What about you?
One of the best, as you have mentioned, of all the movies that we have seen, and not just this year, but it was fabulous. 2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, I'd put them up. It is really good film.
I think 2's enough, Grandma.
Is 2 enough? Okay. It is really,